Cheers.
Cheers.
And welcome to Powered by Geek.
Oh, suddenly you've become classy.
Yes, I have been a little bit classy. We've got our red wine here. As you may know by now, Powered stands for playing, watching, reading, and doing. Powered by Geek Bomb is when we ask you exactly those questions of what you are doing with each of those. And every episode,
Kiwi Maude will tell you what her guest is
I
playing.
went to say, and in this episode and every episode, so you got in every episode.
Reading and doing.
I'm so honoured to say that Alicia Malone is joining us and gracing us again for, I think it's your third
Probably.
Powered.
I actually have something
more.
different to say for playing, so I'm excited.
Hey, not just Tetris. What do you know? Alicia Malone, you know her from Fandango, you know her from Filmstruck, you know her as my old roommate and best friend.
So yes, I am playing something different. The Lumosity
Hold on, I'm going to
app.
drink to Tetris because it lasted about 3 or 4 Powards.
I know, and I still do take my little Game Boy when I go traveling and play Tetris. It helps distract me when the plane is taking off and landing, and I still get nervous doing that.
You do?
Yeah, still get really nervous.
You have flown more than anyone in this room combined times 3.
I know. I'm diamond now and Delta because I travel so much.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but I still get nervous, so Tetris distracts me. But now I found a new distraction. So the Lumosity app is billed as being brain training. And so I thought, I need to train my brain. My memory is terrible.
Same.
I have no idea if it actually works or not. I'm pretty doubtful that it does. But within that app, I found a new game that I'm obsessed with. It's called Train of Thought.
Oh, it's a pun!
It's fun.
They're using literal trains to help your thought process.
Yeah, so what happens are these little coloured trains come out of this station and you have to direct them to their appropriate other stations. So
How do you know
the red
right
one
station?
goes to red and the pink one goes to pink, but there are several points on the track that can change when you click on them. So you have to, and they come really fast, the trains, so to speak.
I said nothing.
I said it all. So you have to really forward plan. You have to see what's coming down the track and then where it's going to go. And sometimes you have to change the track like in a millisecond because it'll be one after the other. And it gets really fast.
Are you partial to a different train station in line?
Well, there's different levels and I'm technically up to level 11.
We don't need any braggers here, Alicia.
Because I played it so much on planes. It's not bragging. It's just sad. And I've been pretty good to get to that level, but I don't like the fact that I can't win. So now I play consistently at level 8 because I know I can win. I'm a perfectionist and I like it to always be a perfect score. Buddy.
How often can you play it? Like, is it a quick fix?
Yeah, well, it's the whole game. Buddy's
Buds.
gonna just
okay.
be on the microphone. So it's a quick game. Hi, Zelda.
What are you doing, Zelda? Zelda?
And so it only lasts a couple of minutes.
My sweetheart, what are you doing?
But
That's what I thought.
despite it lasting only like 4 minutes per level per game, it's pretty quick. I've played it consistently. So once I played it for 2 hours, I think, on a plane.
You know what though, Alicia, I'm so glad you have because those passengers have to get back home.
I know.
They have to go to the station.
I've killed a couple by sending them to the wrong place.
They die if they go to the wrong place?
That's what I'm assuming.
No, they just get off at Liverpool instead of Manchester.
They just have to walk or get a taxi or get an Uber.
So you're really saving lives.
Yeah, I'm saving lives and getting people to the train stations on time. It's a hero's job, really.
My favourite part was when you actually were speaking to me about it and you went, Maude, you'd be so proud. I'm playing a game. And I was like, oh, yeah, what is it? Did you get Pokemon? Did you get it? Did you update your Game Boy? Did you get a console? What are you playing? Is it on the PC? You're playing even Solitaire? That would be even cool.
It's a brain training app.
You got to start somewhere, Alicia and I we have stuff in common.
Yeah.
We love red wine.
Yes, for sure. Cheese
but
pizza.
I would see me play video games.
I know.
And then realize I was still playing video games.
You hadn't moved for hours.
I heard the accusation in your voice.
No, it's more amazement. Like, wow, I wish I had that kind of time.
Do you know how many lives I've saved, Alicia? Do you know how many lives?
Yeah, sorry, it's important. I forgot
I
how
haven't just
important
saved human
this
lives.
is. It's
I've saved
more important than going outside.
galaxy.
Like being with friends or
I've saved the
perhaps
world.
having a job.
That is my job. My job is to be the world's hero.
Well, at least you do use it for your job, so it's great.
Yes,
But when I was playing Train of Thought and getting really addicted to it and time was passing, I was like, I think I understand a little bit about what happens when people play video games.
Imagine the stakes being higher.
Yeah.
And the potential being greater.
I think I'm glad that I don't have that kind of hand-eye coordination to play those games because I could see myself getting addicted for sure.
I gave it to you and I lasted about 3 seconds before I was like, hand it back.
Yeah,
I cannot deal.
It's like slamming into a wall over and over again. It's so bad.
My character had a lot more sex than me at one stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
What game was
Witcher
this?
3.
Did you have
Remember the
sex
guy on the
in it?
horseback? Oh my god, he was getting laid.
What?
And the titties were like 3D.
I've seen that. What's that weird game? There's a game, isn't there, like where you actually can have sex with a girl or something, and you say like in the game, and you have to say certain things to her to get her into bed.
Anyone?
I've seen someone play it online, but I can't. Like on Twitter. There's 3 different ones, says Julia. I think there's quite a few. But anyway, I digress.
You got to play your cards right. It's not a sure thing.
Yeah. I think that's the thing of the
Called
game,
a
right?
role-playing game.
Yeah. And that's what this game was when I remembered seeing it. It was like the various options you had to woo the girl, you know?
Yeah, it could, Dragon Age Inquisition or the Dragon Age games, Mass Effect, basically. You can like bonk aliens.
Jeez. I'm just with my trains.
Train of thought for 1
Train of
second,
thought.
please. So we've done P.
Yes.
W. Watching. This is your forte.
This is
You're
my
all
forte.
about the watch.
I am.
And the last thing that you said watching on the last power that Alicia and I had together, I watched it the night of.
Oh, yeah. Do you like it?
Mama. I watched that coming home from Singapore and I watched the entire season. I binged it all on the plane. Man,
It's like
I got
you get
anxious.
to the end and you're like, oh, I got to see what happens again.
Yeah, yes, it does. It really has great cliffhangers in it, and it's like back again. Probably should sleep. Not gonna do it. Riz Ahmed. Need to see what's going on with my boy.
Great. I really like him. I think
got
he's
me,
a
though.
fantastic actor.
I agree.
When it comes to classic films, I have my old faves that I watch all the time, like The Apartment and Rear Window and Singing in the Rain. And, yeah.
Who did Singing in the Rain? Who directed
Singing
that?
in the Rain. Oh God, I can't remember who directed it, but it's so well known because of Debbie Reynolds, Gene Kelly, and the amazing musical numbers. That's why it's so famous.
I'm singing in the rain.
That's right.
Just
Fun fact about that
singing in the
movie,
rain.
they were given the songs first and then they had to create a movie around it.
What?
So there's some really weird scenes with just bizarre musical numbers that you're like, sure, that doesn't make any sense, but it's because they were trying to like
Squeeze
fit
it in somehow.
Yeah.
That's really
and it was
interesting.
really successful. But instead of going for my old faves, I've been trying to watch classic movies that I've never seen before.
Like?
So sort of slightly deeper cut films. So I just
does that
watched
even
one,
mean?
like ones that are not the well-known classics, but still have well-known people in them or are directed by
Right.
well-known people.
The
Kinda
indies of their time?
The B-sides, you know?
Oh.
The B-sides of these directors. So when I was on a plane recently, I downloaded to watch on my Kindle Dead Reckoning from
feel like I played that.
1947. Yeah, no, it sounds like a game, doesn't it? Stars Humphrey Bogart and Elizabeth Scott. And it's directed by John Cromwell, who is the father of James Cromwell. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yeah, so John Cromwell was a pretty
Babe.
well-known director in the 30s and 40s. And he
Wow.
did so many films, and this was one of them. It wasn't his most memorable, but it's really interesting. It's a film noir, and so it's like a detective story with Humphrey Bogart's character. He's in the army, and then his army mate goes missing, so he goes to try and find out what happened to him, and he meets, this gorgeous dame played by Elizabeth Scott, who I was watching it, and I was like, who does she remind me of? And I'd seen other movies with her before, but it was like, there's someone that's modern and reminds me of her.
It's a Scott. It's another Scott.
It's Cara Delevingne. It came to me finally.
Really? She looks
Yes.
like Cara Delevingne?
Yeah, so I'll send you this image so you can compare them side by
There
side.
it is.
But they look so much alike, and then she also speaks like Cara. It's kind of slightly deeper voice with a little bit of a lisp, And it's amazing. I think Cara should play Elizabeth Scott in a movie because it's just perfect. But
And
anyway.
maybe she'd be better than Enchantress in Suicide Squad. Oh, you didn't. Yes, I did.
You
She was
went
awful.
there. You went there. But Dead Reckoning, great film, except for the slightly sexist stuff in the movie, which is very much of its time.
It's so prevalent in those eras.
Oh my God. So I'll give you an
Do you
example.
say era or era?
Era.
Yeah.
I say era, but yeah, where is he? So I'll give you an example. Humphrey Bogart's character telling Elizabeth Scott that he thinks women should come capsule sized. So you put them in your pocket, you always know where they are, you know what they're up to. And then when you want them again, you can just wave your hand and they become full-sized and beautiful.
Cool. That's possessive. That's awful.
It's 1947. I know, so much of its times. And now when you rewatch these classic films, you're like, ugh.
That's
like
gross.
I rewatched recently Swing Time, which is a great musical with Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. Forgot about the scene of Fred Astaire tap dancing with blackface. Really does not sit well in this day
When
and
was
age.
that?
Was 1933,
Oh,
I think.
everyone
So
in
it was
this
a
room
long
just shook their head.
time ago.
1933?
Woo! Yeah, in the early 1930s. And it's just like, ooh.
But everyone loves Fred Astaire.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean,
They just didn't know
that's
that.
of
It's a
the
different
time.
time. It's a
Yeah, it's
different
like
time.
Mickey Rooney doing Breakfast at Tiffany's when he played the Japanese landlord.
It's not Japanese.
It was so
Not even a little
so
bit.
bad.
even
And you
a
see it now, and you're just like, how did that happen?
Hold on. In Cloud City, I mean, they tried
How?
to... Was it Cloud City, that movie? Where a white person played an Indian person.
Right.
And they said, oh, but it's like different timelines and it's different...
Oh, Cloud Atlas. Yes,
the one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're still seeing it today. The
Joel Edgerton
whitewashing.
played an Egyptian.
Gods of Egypt. That's probably one of the worst examples of it lately. And
Yes.
then you have the
But that was Ridley
argument
Scott,
with-
right? And he was like,
with,
I
like-
just want to work with Ridley Scott at whatever cost.
Yeah, and he was like, Ridley Scott was like, I want names. So Christian Bale starred in that too as an Egyptian. Yep.
Well, I mean, it worked. Everyone saw that movie.
Yeah. Nobody did.
It's just a different time then, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a different time. So it's hard when you watch these classic films because you need to look at them with that lens, but at the same time, you don't really want to forgive anything that happened back then. So a lot
Shame
of
on you.
sexism, a lot of racism in classic film. Come on down and watch it with me.
Have you been binging any TV?
No TV at all.
You were on
Nothing.
such a good run.
I know. I'm sorry. I have not had any time.
Yeah.
At all. And we'll get to that when we get to my D.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for the D, so to speak.
Leashy loves the D. I'll cut that out.
Yeah. No, you can keep that in. I don't mind.
What's your reading?
I'm reading a bunch of film books.
Yes,
Surprise,
you
surprise. I have a stack about 10 on my desk at the moment. A lot of reference books, all about women in early Hollywood. But the one that I really enjoy, that I found the most interesting, is called A Woman's View. And it's by Janine Basinger, who is a teacher.
Is she related to Kim?
No, but she's actually a
How
legend.
many Basingers are there?
I know, it's quite a few,
Not
apparently.
many Garretts.
Not many Garretts. She's quite a legend in Hollywood as well because she has taught so many people, including Joss Whedon.
Oh.
She taught him in a film class, and she has a really interesting way of looking at movies, and she, like me, started watching classics when she was young. So this is all about what we were just talking about, the way Hollywood spoke to women throughout the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and then after the 60s is when feminism came in and things started to finally change. And
Post-war,
the
yeah.
production code got taken away, and that was really restrictive about what you could and couldn't do.
What's the
on
production
screen.
code?
So in the early 1930s, the censorship code came in. So it was called the Hayes Production Code, and it just basically said what you could and couldn't do on screen. Because before that, the movies that were the most popular were like sex and crime movies, so a lot of the gangster films.
Yes,
the
yes,
30s.
yeah.
And it's interesting because if you ever come across a pre-code movie, and it'll say on it pre-code or it'll be before 1933, it actually was quite a freeing time for women, surprisingly, because the characters were allowed to be sexual and own their sexuality. Whereas after that,
Because they were acting.
the code was very restrictive. So it was all about having traditional American values. So then it was all about getting married and having kids and
Baking.
yeah. So it was like all about sex in a way, but not any sex in the movie at all. Like Bringing Up Baby is a good example of that.
Still happens now though when it's like, and they went upstairs. Next
Cut
chapter.
to, I know. Well, it's funny, yeah. So Bringing Up Baby, Cary Grant plays a paleontologist, and the entire film he's looking for his bone. So
It's a bit on the nose.
Oh, Hollywood.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's very on its nose.
It's a bit on the bone.
But this book, so it talks about all that stuff, but it also talks about this interesting phenomenon that happened with the women's picture, and that was a movie that came out in the 30s, 40s, 50s that was about, in the end, a woman getting married and finding love, and it was that kind of propaganda film about what a woman should be. But in order to show that ending, they had to show kind of the opposite of that throughout the film, so that she had this kind of dramatic choice. Do I choose my career or do I choose love? Always went for love. But unintentionally, it actually ended up being really liberating for women going to see these movies
Knowing
where women
there was another option.
They were pilots and they were news reporters and they were doing anything they wanted.
So if love isn't on the cards, you've got a career.
I mean, it was always about getting love, but I think by showing, and this is what this book says, which is interesting, it's like the ending doesn't negate the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So you watch the whole film, you're excited about the woman, and then the ending, whatever. But most of these movies that I watched when I was young, I don't remember the ending. I don't get that message of
Right, yeah, it's the whole story.
I got the message of like
Her
women
story.
can be her story. Women can be news reporters. Women can do this. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
Pilots is pretty cool. How many books have you read in the last, I don't know,
Oh
2
my
months?
gosh, probably 10. Yeah, just constantly, anytime I get a chance.
I've read
just
one.
Speed read.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2. I think I've
So
read.
that's why I haven't had time to watch TV.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you a list of things that you may have missed.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
When I come up for air.
So we're going D.
Writing a book. So that's why I am.
Woo! She's writing a book.
So yeah, I got a book deal, which is exciting.
It's amazing.
Book comes out in August. I'm up to chapter 2.
Oh my God, it comes out in August.
I know. So that's all I've been doing lately is writing, and I haven't seen anyone or done anything. I've just been writing.
You got to have your tunnel vision for that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's about women in Hollywood, past, present, future. That's why I've been delving into the past, and it's actually really interesting to learn so much more
Yeah.
about American cinema.
Good on you. I couldn't write a book. There's just too many words.
Too many
I
words.
don't like writing.
Yeah, you don't like writing.
I don't
do
like
you?
writing. I like talking. I don't like writing.
You could do.
I could
an
say that again if you'd
audio
like.
book.
Should I say that again?
You don't like writing.
Don't like writing.
I like writing. You
like
could do an audio book. Can you just talk off the top of your head?
I would love to do an audiobook.
Yeah.
I could do Harry Potter.
You could do Harry Potter.
I could do Hermione better.
Then
Ooh, that was a bit
James
aggressive.
Dale.
Oh, honey.
I know. You don't like that at all, do you?
I don't. I'd be like, Harry, hurry. So much better. Oh, God, toot my own horn. But it is.
So much better.
So much better.
I've been listening to a book as well
Go.
when I'm driving. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I love it. I think I could
great.
have written that.
It's
actually.
really good. It's funny. It's
Ooh.
like it's a self-help book, but it's funny.
I don't think I'm subtle about not giving a fuck, though, is my problem.
Well, that's why you could teach this. Well, you could teach like the unsubtle
The
way.
extreme
Not giving a fuck.
no fucks given by Maude Garrett.
Yeah.
You look at someone and be like, oh, don't give a fuck. Soz.
Yeah, but
Who
that's
did I have to teach
always
that to?
something that I...
That was an ongoing joke with
Enjoyed.
Sam, where he was, and it actually evolved with Mike Falzone. He did not take it well. But they start talking to you, you ask them a question, they answer it, and you go, I'm sorry, I don't care. But there's like different ways that you can do it. And the more elaborate how I got around that was, it became actually quite hysterical. But I would always, I'd focus it on Mike Falzone. I was like, how you going? He's like, yeah, pretty good. He's like, what? I'm like, started that sentence and didn't care. But he actually finally realized that it was like an ongoing joke. And then like when I was done with my joke, I'd be like, I actually really do want to know about it. Can you please tell me about it? Like I honestly really do care. But he then passed it on and he would actually do it better than I would do it.
That's
And he would
funny.
do it back on me where I'd talk and he'd be like, oh, Aussie there. Aussie, pretty sure I don't care. I was like, yeah, I pay that. I really respect it.
He's funny. I like him.
So funny. He's so funny. He's one of the loveliest guys in the world. Mike Falzone, hello.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, would you look at that? My caring has expired.
I'm actually laughing. I am. I promise. No, I don't care.
Did it feel a little bit good? It felt good?
Then I instantly felt guilty and I wanted to apologize for being rude. I was like,
But you did it.
yeah, one of my goals this year is to not apologize.
Okay.
Oh. No. Now she's going to do this all night.
I am. And we'll both start caring a lot. No. It is good. So, Alicia, in your doing is that you are striving to not apologize for things that no one should be sorry for.
Yeah, I've discovered that I always say sorry to people who bump into me. And it's just such an automatic thing. And I get so angry at myself. I'm like, sorry. And I'm like, God damn it, Alicia.
Do you know what you should do? You should change I'm sorry to, I don't care.
I know. I'm trying to
I'm not sure I care about
I need to practice that because I get so angry at myself. And the thing is, no one ever apologizes.
They don't go, no, it was me.
They
I'm
actually
sorry.
look really angry,
Because
like
you
I did something
claimed-
wrong.
But you did. You claimed responsibility. When you get into a car accident, the number one thing they say is do not
Do not
apologize because you
I
claim
had to learn
fault.
that one as well. I also apologized when I walked into a tree, so maybe I'm just really polite.
There's polite and there's racked with
Sorry.
guilt.
Like, sorry, and then I was like, oh,
with the tree like,
tree.
no, it was me.
The tree was actually really lovely.
Oh, was the tree like, I don't care.
The tree was like, I don't care. I don't care, Alicia.
People can pre-order your book.
Yes, you can go on Amazon and you can look up
Alicia
don't say you
Malone.
don't care, please.
I really care
Look
about
up
this.
Alicia Malone.
I really care.
It's called Backwards and in Heels, and that is a quote about Ginger Rogers. The quote goes that she had to do everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards
and in heels. So women have to work harder than men, but men get paid more. They get more airtime. They get more credit.
But despite that, there are women who do amazing things. So that's what I'm hoping to profile incredible trailblazers, women throughout film history who have been written out of history and deserve the glory.
You keep saying history.
His story. That's the whole crux of my book. It's always been his story. And the amazing thing is I've read so many books when I was young, film books, and I never knew the stories of these women.
No, because it's not her story.
Not her story.
His story.
But my book's going to be her story, so yes.
So I want to cheers to history.
History.
Every time, she'll go down in history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bringing that one back. I do too. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Writing a book? I care.
Okay, good.
That'll be like,
please.
You know how you get people to write a little...
Be like heartbreaking.
What is it when people write the words about the book or whatever?
Yeah, the foreword or their endorsement.
Yes, my endorsement. I care.
Okay, good.
Maude Garrett.
I might actually get you to do that.
Okay. I'll be a bit better than I care.
Yeah. Maybe you could go into detail.
I care.
But
keep reading for more about my caringness. I do care about things.
You do? You care about... Oh my God. I was trying to be nice. I'd be like, pump you up. Be like, you do. You care about so many things. You're a really caring person. She's not. She's horrible. She doesn't care.
I just think the joke's funny. My favourite, instead of I'm sorry, your knee-jerk reaction is nah.
I'm like, damn it, she got me again. I should have known that was coming.
So we've talked about your book, which is amazing. If people want to talk film, indies, classics with you and women in film, where can people find you to continue that conversation?
Don't say you don't care.
I care.
You can go to Twitter at Alicia Malone, and there you can chat to me and see all my stuff and things. I have a YouTube, Movies Are My Jam, and I've just started using Letterboxd more. And Letterboxd is where you list all the films that you've been watching.
Yes.
And you can put them in different lists as well.
How many did you get last year? Definitely care.
Oh, almost 500. I don't think I'll get that this year because of all the writing.
There's 365 days in a year.
But I am going, to a couple of festivals this year, so hopefully I'll bump up that. But anyway, you'll be able to see what I'm watching if you're interested to just some different recommendations that are, indies or classics or just weird art house films.
Yes. Anything that I've never spoken about, Alicia's your girl.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I'm
I know.
talking about.
I was saying before that I thought this would be your least geekiest powered, but actually it is really geeky, just in a different way.
Yes. Yeah. There's different forms of geek.
Yeah.
What do you geek out about? People can geek out about cars.
Yep.
I liked cars when I was 18. I started learning all the different types of cars.
All the different types, hey?
And then I got my license and I was like, oops, don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just end
Someone
this.
out there will see this and be like, that is my life now. I am going to
I
play the
know.
I don't care
Please
game.
don't.
And they're going to pass it on.
Please
Ryan
don't do
Faroki
it.
is sitting here nodding away.
No.
He's already started doing
On behalf
it.
of all the friends that are on the receiving end of this, please don't do it. Because this is what I have to cop all the time.
I'd rarely do it to you.
Yeah.
I
you will
apologize
now.
to Sam Basher and Mike Falzone because they definitely got that phase. It went for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it started getting really creative,
Hilarious
though.
to you, I'm sure.
Oh, so funny.
But not so much to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of like your puns. What? Joking. They're great. They're great.
Thanks for being on the show, Alicia.
No, I do love your puns, and you're so quick that it's crazy.
Don't worry, she'll be Alicia alone soon.
But you definitely laugh the most, and that's the best part about your puns is your reaction to the puns.
I have the best time doing
Because
it.
often they're so quick that I don't even understand what you're saying, and then I get that it's a pun, but I see your reaction, and that makes it funny.
Yeah. That's the thing.
It's
People
your
don't even
like-
know
your
I've
like-
done it.
Your pun face of like,
Pretty
just did a
sure I
pun.
could do a montage of all the puns that I've done in Powered as well.
I just want a montage of all your faces, post-pun
Yes,
faces.
no, that's what the montage is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Post-pun faces? Yeah. I did a pun. Pow, pow, pun gun.
Yeah, I've said that too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks, Alicia. I really love having you on Powered.
Thanks for having me.
Movies are my jam if you want to know more about indies, classics, and women in film.
What?
Bye!